All right, here we go. First Between Two Fort. Welcome, everybody, to the First Between Two Fort. I'm joined here today with my special guest, Spencer Hayes, correct me if I'm wrong, the head honcho behind Destructoid's Twitch TV channel and also co-host of its main show, Attract Mode, with your co-host Phil. I don't know his last name, unfortunately. I do feel bad about that. But we're going to interview Spencer today, and here's the basis of this. Spencer and I are going to defend this bridge on Two Fort. We are going to defend it with our lives, and then everyone else is going to try and kill us. Now, there will be no capping of the intel, just pure mayhem as I try to interview Spencer on Skype. So I'm going to go ahead and unfreeze everybody, and we can go ahead and get this shindig started. Spencer, while I unfreeze everybody, if you have any opening words, feel free.
Yeah, hey guys. So thank you for that lovely introduction. Yeah, I'm Spencer. I am currently in charge of Destructoid TV with my co-host and co-head of the channel, Phil, who is a handsome devil of a man. Show Destructoid's Attract Mode every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific on it's twitch.tv/Destructoid. Jesus Christ, there's bullets everywhere.
There we go. Oh god, I just fell off the bridge. Son of a bitch. Okay, so, might as well go with the first question here. So what is it like working for our glorious robot overlord, Mr. Destructoid?
It's an interesting and glorious but tiring job. I mean, I've been working for Destructoid for, like 4.5 years, doing different roles, some of which are glorious, some of which are less glorious. But all in all, it's a really fun ride.
So this is actually a user question from Jay Bocking / as he's known on Steam, Helen Keller 64. Spencer, what were you up to before you came to Destructoid?
I mean, I was lucky enough that I got in on Destructoid when I was, relatively young. I was in my first year of college. So before I was Destructoid, I mean, this is my first industry job. But before that, it was mostly just a lot of me hanging around doing high school stuff and, like, I don't know, kicking babies in the parking lot of Mervin's.
Alrighty then. Actually, another user question from K-Troys. Since we know you like indies, how likely do you think it is that indie games in general will completely kill the AAA markets in the future?
I mean, I think that as it sits, AAA is kind of a relative term. And so you get, I mean, if you were to cut out what we currently believe AAA is, not that I don't think that's going to happen, because there will always be people that want to play Call of Duty or something like that. And it's kind of this room for everybody approach. But I think that it's all relative. So if we cut out the people that that develop games for Watch Dogs is, I think, was it like 68 million or something, or 680 million? If we cut that out, we'll still get the people who make games for 200 million or for 50,000. It's just going to be a matter of redefining where these lines are and kind of, it's all a relative thing, I suppose, is the best way to put it.
Okay. Let's see here. Another question from K-Troys. What do you make of the new Pokemon games?
So I am a hardcore Nintendo fanatic, and specifically Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon since I was like 7. I really enjoy it, but I have enjoyed pretty much every generation, even the ones that everybody loves to skip. So like I'll still love the 3rd generation forever. I think Emerald's one of the best games in the series, but I really, really enjoy X and Y. I think that they did a lot of stuff to bring in new people. The 3D models, which I were initially not excited about when they announced them, I think they look beautiful, and I think it's a really God damn it, there are dudes everywhere trying to shoot me.
Yeah, Red Team's got the base pretty locked down now.
So I think I think they're really great, and I think that people who maybe who don't think that they're into Pokemon should give the new ones a try.
All right, cool. To be very honest, I've kind of gotten burnt out on them after Black and White. So, I mean, when I get the chance, I'll eventually play X and Y. But
I think that's fair. I think the black and white are some of the weaker ones in the series. So if you're
Yeah.
feeling burned out, I think these are definitely better. So
oh yeah. Oh crap! I'm forgetting to transmit now. My bad. But if you could turn into, or I'm sorry, if you could turn anyone into a Pokemon, who would it be, and what powers would they have?
oh man, these are one of those questions that I feel like requires thought. But my quick answer is obviously I'd turn my co-host Phil into a Pokemon, and I would turn him into a Jinx if at all possible. Predominantly because everybody knows that tits get hits in online media, and so we'd be rolling in the views. Or was the question more to make someone in the canon a Pokemon? I'm not sure. I hope that answers the question.
That works, honestly. I was like, if you could, basically, it's like if you could turn anyone into a Pokemon, you could give them any powers, anything like that. Like you could just make them into a Pokemon and give them anything you want as far as powers. But that honestly works.
Then I'll take it. I mean, I'd make Phil a Pokemon with the power of sex appeal. How's that?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Uh, so, what is your favorite Metal Gear game and why?
Man, we're getting into these specific games. I love it. I go back and forth as far as Metal Gears go. I'll always love probably between 2 and 3. I think are my favorites. I really like 2. It was the first one that I'd beaten, which was a terrible idea because 2 stands if you haven't played 1. But I also really love 3. Just because the 3D camera that they implemented is fantastic. I think as far as narratives go, I think that the boss is one of the most interesting and the best characters in a game. And even on top of that, the fact that Kojima had the balls to make her a strong woman is, I think, just extra incredible, especially for the time it was made and in a Japanese game development scene, which is notoriously not very excited about women. So I think that the 3 also stands up there for me.
Cool. Going along the lines of Metal Gear, if you could trade places with any character from Metal Gear, who would it be and why? Now, mind you, you're trading places with them, so you're still yourself, and they will be themselves as well in the real world.
Oh God. Well, I mean, a lot of the point of Metal Gear is that everything's terrible. But so like I wouldn't straight up be like, I want to be that guy. But as far as things go, maybe I mean Otacon has like the cushiest life, I suppose, with the exception of like how everything's really sad for him all the time. But like he gets to hang out and not have to get shot at. So probably Metal Gear, and I feel like probably Otacon, and I feel like Otacon could do a pretty good job holding down the fort on holding the fort on Betoid TV. So
Yo, you talking Metal Gear in the air?
Phil, for people who didn't quite hear it, Phil burst and just goes, "You talking about Metal Gear here?" So I'm sure that whenever you get Phil onto the show, you'll have more Metal Gear stuff. He's still half in the. You're all about Metal Gear. Phil, of course, my handsome co-host we talked about earlier. Yeah, no, we're pretty into Metal Gear in this house. Like I've got a 5 foot, or no, it's probably a 6 foot painting of Big Boss in my kitchen. So it's a doozy.
So that's actually going to lead into the next question that I'll also ask Phil when he comes on. Who is the bigger fan of Metal Gear, yourself or Phil?
Oh God, that's a question that we argue about. Will you two be quiet? I'm trying to be on a show. So I think Phil is probably the bigger Metal Gear fan, which hurts me to say, but we both love Metal Gear separately. We both love Metal Gear separately, so it's not like I love it for a lot of the game mechanics and the narratives and things like that, whereas he really likes, I guess, messing around in it and having fun, as well as the narrative, of course. And Phil is behind me, but I'll leave. I guess I'll let him speak to that when he comes onto the show.
Oh, I honestly, I really look forward to it. I really do. Kind of changing gears here a little bit. What is
Metal Gears? Jokes.
So, what is the computer that you're currently using to play TF2 like?
So I actually I had to upgrade it about 2 weeks ago. I found a little extra money after a tax return, so that was good. But it's not bad. I do a lot of my gaming on PC specifically, just because, as we've mentioned previously, I love indie games, and if you're locking yourself to a console, you're missing out on a huge number of indie games. I'm getting boxes thrown at my head, and so yeah, no, it's pretty good, which I enjoy. So I think that PC gaming is the future. Way to go! I love it, but I also really like my Vita. So,
PC Master Race.
oh man, that's not the first time someone's made jokes about Master Race, except usually it's because of my family sightings in World War II.
Stuff happened.
I'm kidding. Of course. I mean, I would never say anything like that. No.
We're all people. People do people things. Here's a question actually from Robin Edgar. If you were a duck migrating for winter, and Phil was a cardinal direction, which would he be?
Well, I mean, I think the easiest answer is to say that I would find my warmth for the winter in the sweet, sweet bosom of my southern Phil. But in reality, Phil is a cold man from the Midwest, so probably he would be north. I'd be trying to escape from his really nefarious clutches.
All right. His other question. If Phil was Dr. Manhattan and you were his ex-wife, what type of cancer would he inflict you with?
Dick. It's always dick cancer. I think that, especially if I were his wife, I think the dick cancer would be the ideal choice for any of these things. But no, I feel like, because the way that Phil and I's lives work is that we get to do what we love, which is great. However, we're also incredibly poor because, I mean, as you guys can imagine, streaming on Twitch TV is not a great way to have disposable income. And so our life is always great, but tinged with sadness. And so, like, dick cancer it's very sad. Cancer is a very sad thing. But it's on your dick, so it's kind of funny at the same time. So in that way, it's perfectly representative of our life.
Oh yeah, there's a question here from one of the guys in the server. I might have overlooked it because chat was flying by, but it is... What is your most anticipated games of 2014? Asked by Captain America.
Ooh, I like Captain America. Regular on Betoid TV. I've got to say, one of the games I'm most looking forward to is probably Hotline Miami 2. I got to play it at PAX last year. It's great. I actually really love the first Hotline Miami, which is weird because I never really considered myself a Hotline Miami fan until one day I woke up and I had beaten the game like 8 times, and I have a replica Hotline Miami jacket sitting in my room. And so like I never really considered myself on that path until I got there, I guess. So it's I don't know, it's a very weird thing for me. Also, way to kill me, you jerk.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist doing the taunt kill. Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to Hotline Miami 2. Like the first game was just amazingly fun. I've had endless hours of entertainment just trying to go through and do everything perfectly.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Keep going. I can keep talking forever. But no, other than that, I'm really looking forward to Danganronpa 2. I played through the first game earlier this year on Vita, and they're localizing the second one coming out in September. So I'm pretty excited about that, I guess, as well. It's fun. If you guys haven't played it, go check it out. It's good.
Cool. Actually, here's a question from Occam's Electric... oh, God. I always call him Occam's. Shoot. I feel terrible
It's Occam's toothbrush.
Yeah,
or
electric
razor.
toothbrush.
Is it asking what I would be if I were a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper? Because it would be like a neon green one with like a rainbow jaguar on the front. Maybe some rainbow capybaras.
I'm sure you'll be happy that you answered that question. However, his actual question was, if you had the resources and were given creative control, what would your dream game what would be your dream game to make?
Okay, so I have one that I've been toying around with years. So I'll give you a choice of 2. Okay, I'm giving you a bonus one. You get an extra 100%.
Awesome
games. So idea 1. It's a very serious game. Imagine like the same kind of serious tone of like an LA Noire or like a Red Dead Redemption. In fact, it's inspired by early GTAs, a series which I am notorious for loving, and by that I mean I'm notorious for hating. So it's a city. It's a crime-riddled city. It's absolutely disgusting. And you play as an old policeman who's managed to keep his nose clean after years and years on the force. But you're getting up there in age, and your body just isn't quite what it used to be. And so you unfortunately are getting close to retirement, to having to give up on the city that you love and you want to help make better. And so your last job before you get to leave for retirement is to train the new guy on the force. And so the game itself takes place in two distinct phases. You play as the last week on the job to train him. And so you have to go out to crimes is the first phase of gameplay. And it plays like an overhead GTA 3. You have to go out to the crimes and apprehend the suspects. Or sorry, maybe an early GTA 1 or 2 is actually what I meant. It's top down. But you have to go out to the crime scenes and apprehend these suspects with your partner. And then when you apprehend the suspects, it becomes relevant that your partner is a bloodthirsty bear. And you have to keep your captured suspect away from your partner, the bear, because he has a taste for justice, and you have to prevent him from eating the suspect as you race him back to the precinct to get him incarcerated.
Awesome. And please tell me he says the line, "I'm getting too old for this shit" all the time.
Sorry, what was that? You broke up there for half a second.
Oh, please tell me he's saying the line, "I'm getting too old for this shit" at some point.
Oh, of course. No, it'd be grossly irresponsible if it didn't. And then actually the other end is that's if I would have a small budget. If we were like a big budget, I want to make a dramatic space opera. Think Mass Effect 2, but instead of like assembling a team to save the galaxy, you're just recruiting members of the Wu-Tang Clan. So, that's fun.
That sounds hilarious. Like I would love that.
This isn't hilarious. This is very serious. These are emotions from my heart. All right, and I won't have them taken lightly.
I mean, like it'd be an awesome game to experience. It would be like you would make David Cage cry with just the sheer volume of emotion from these epics.
Oh my god, the emotions in Sugarcane Bear Watch, BAFTA winning. I would be hailed as a genius forever. Unfortunately, the world's not ready. We don't live in a world that can appreciate the beauty of Sugarcane Bear Watch. So so many emotions.
It's so emotional. I almost have no words. And also, I nearly choked on some tea trying to take a sip in between words here. But
yeah, no, well, we're having a hard time because we're also playing a game as well. So this is not like a regular interview. This is a very serious kind of journalistic pursuit. So
Yes.
eat a dick, Tom Brokaw.
I mean, like honestly, we're playing in the world's greatest war-themed hat simulator. So I mean, it's difficult. It's just so difficult.
Speaking of which, I have not gotten any hats this interview. Maybe Gaben's mad at me or something. I don't know.
Do you have hats at all? I might be able to arrange something. If you don't have hats,
So
there's ways to get hats. Like you can get hats through achievements.
No, I must. I have to wear my limited number of hats as a badge of shame, and really to inspire me to progress.
All right then. Let's see here. I almost lost my place. Okay, so next question is: if given the chance, would you help with the motion capture for Max Scoville's game concept, Max Scoville's Fantasy Sex Beach Island?
So this is a question that you'd warned me about beforehand. You didn't tell me the exact contents of it.
Yeah.
But you were like, "Hey, are there any questions you specifically don't want to answer?" This would be the one that would set you over the edge. And I'm like, no, it's all good. And so I got to stay true to my word. And obviously, I would do game capture for Max Scoville's Fantasy Beach Sex Island. I don't know that he would want me to. He is in the office for Destructoid. We have a shared house/communal office space here in San Francisco. So I run into Max a lot. And he has a few distinct things to say about me. He says that I'm a dumb video baby and that my face looks like an armpit that I need to shave. So I'm not sure if he'd want me on the project.
Well, oh, wow. Excellent spy work there. For the guy who just stabbed me in the back. Like I said, it was just left up to general motion capture, so hard to say. It'd be up to Max as to what it would be. The next
I'll have to
question.
talk to him about it though.
Oh,
We can get
yes.
to work on it.
Yes. The next question, people on the server have heard many a times before and have, if they're smart, have come to fear it. If they're not smart, then, well, they're going to learn what it is today, and everyone's going to see. The question goes as follows. Red, blue, or purple?
Oh my God, no! You broke out there for half a second, so I just heard red.
Oh, the question is red, blue, or purple?
Red or blue or purple? I mean, the very obvious question, or the very obvious answer is purple. Like, I'm not gonna buy into this kind of color-based politics. I will say purple forever, purple for the rest of my life.
Well, everyone is going to reap the consequences of your choice because you've just mixed red and blue. So everyone dies.
Good. I'm glad. I'm pleased with that. I'm actually very very excited about it. So I've been doing interviews for years on Destructoid. At one point I was king of the videos, but so I've been doing videos for like 2 years, and I've been interviewing so many times, but I've only been interviewed a couple times. I'm about to say this is the first time in an interview in which I've actually caused approximately 30 people to die. So thank you for sharing that with me. Also, I'm dominating you, so eat it.
Dang it. I'm going to have to get out something a little bit stronger. And you'll be eating my rocket shortly, honestly. Now,
I would expect nothing less.
now here's a question from Goofier Brute. Spencer, what is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. But no, love it's a very tender emotion. It's that feeling you get when you're very sick and you've been shitting your brains out just so hard. It's like there's like a brown colored Crest toothpaste factory inside of your asshole, and you're having the worst time. And then you get up and you're not on the toilet and you have a fart. And you have a wet fart and you're like, "Oh no, have I shit my pants? Is that what's happened?" Love is when you reach your hand into the back of your pants and you don't find shit there. That's what love is.
So love could be like Chipotle?
A bit like that, but it's when you don't shit your pants. Chipotle, on the other hand, is when you do shit your pants.
It's like the feeling of Chipotle without actually the effects of Chipotle.
That's true, but can you know that it's like feeling the wind? You can't see it, but you can feel it.
True.
Like, you can't see the shit,
So
but you
true.
can feel the love.
Like the love of that guy's axe slicing my head from my neck. It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, no, this is it's hard to get interviewed, and I'm sure it's even harder even harder interviewing when you're also trying to focus on a game.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it's insanely hard. Like
I remember one time I did an interview while Steven Hansen, who is features editor at Destructoid, and I were playing Space Team, and I was trying to interview the creator of Space Team while playing Space Team, which is really difficult.
I love Space Team. And yes, I can understand.
So everybody loves Space Team. It's great.
Yeah. It's just chaos. It's sheer chaos. Okay, so for the next question, it was submitted by a user by the name of Ghostfish. What is your favorite character from the Venture Brothers?
So I'm gonna get probably shit on for this, but I actually have not watched very much Venture Brothers, which every episode I've seen I've really enjoyed, but I haven't watched too much. I will say, however, I like Brock in Night at the Inventory 2, but I can't really say that from a place of understanding, so I feel pretty bad about that.
I mean, it's understandable. We all watch different things, and yeah, according some of the guys in the chat here are saying, hey, you know, there's 2 seasons on Netflix for you to watch if you ever get a chance, but we're all busy, you know.
I'm very busy. I exclusively watch crazy Japanese porn. So, I mean, if I ever get away from the deep artistic merit that is my life and enjoying Hitomi Tanuki's greatest hits, I will definitely hit that up.
Actually, that kind of, in a way, leads into the next question somehow.
I'm deeply concerned for our viewer base that would ask a question that can be followed up after I want to watch Hitomi Tanuki's greatest hits.
I say slightly. the question is, what series have you been watching lately, and how is it on a scale of potato to waifu?
Oh man, I've been watching. I just caught up on Archer. Well, the Archer that's on Netflix about 2 days ago, and that actually is waifu. There are waifus inside of there. So I'd say that Archer is pretty waifu. It's top tier waifu.
Yeah, I'm like actually. If you get a chance, check out the latest season. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I won't spoil anything for you or anyone who hasn't, for whatever reason, not seen it. But just yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and so some of the guys on the chat are saying Pam is absolutely amazing in it.
Oh my God, Pam is one of my favorite characters for a variety of reasons. She's hilarious, and she's very sure of herself, which is fantastic. And they play her as this like ridiculous. She has all these like masculine qualities, but the show, like some of the characters say that they're negative, but the show never explicitly like treats her as worse for it. And so in that way, Archer's actually really progressive, which is weird. God damn it, Vanguard! God damn it, Hank Hill, you sons of bitches!
Gotcha.
I just lost all of my revenges in one fell swoop, bastards.
Oh, so worth it. Oh god. And I just got hit in the head. Oh yeah. Let's see here. If you could have any my bad. If you could have any superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it?
So I've often said telekinesis since I was about 3, and before telekinesis was the cool answer. I think that because with telekinesis you can like jerry rig like any other power. Like super strength, you can lift it with your arms and your mind. Crazy. Flight, you just have to telekinesis lift yourself. Like you can do all kinds of stuff. In addition to the idea of being able to like telekinesis stop specific things in another person's body is the coolest way to kill somebody. Like, oh, you're kind of a son of a bitch. I'm just going to stop all of the blood in your body, which is awesome. Was that grim? That was probably a little bit grim, but okay.
Well, also being chased by your entire team outside of your spawn point was kind of...
And yet you managed to kill me. Thanks for that.
Big guy with a big gun and a big wide back for me to sink an icicle into, you know, it happens. Sorry, man.
Man, that sounds like what I hear when I go out on Tuesday nights. I did a big pantomimed wink, but most people can't see that, so that's unfortunate.
Let's see here. We're actually getting through these pretty good.
I can take my sweet time if you need me to. I can just start telling some stories in the middle of things.
When it comes down to it, we can play it off the cuff if we reach the end of these, honestly. Next question is, what is it like running a Twitch channel? Running a live stream, basically.
Well, it's kind of weird because before I was co-head of Twitch TV, my co-host and co-head of the channel, Phil, and we ran a smaller show called The Gentleman's Club, which I hope someone remembers because it was fun and fantastic and incredible, and I loved it. But we were only in charge of doing that one show, and then we moved up and we did 3 shows a week when we did the core and the clubhouse. But one thing I didn't expect, I expected just to be doing that, but for 5 shows a week. But the actual like administrative work and running a channel is ludicrously complicated. Like there's a lot of stuff in there because now we're now Destructoid's branch into Twitch, and so we're doing stuff for Destructoid. We're getting content out there from different companies. We're getting sponsorships from other companies, and so there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. It's a major headache, but I love it. It's just a lot of work. Like I never really stopped working. So like right before we did this, like as we were setting up, I was still shooting out emails. I was working when I got up this morning, and so it's very much my life is my work now. Like I have time off, kind of, but god damn it, who is sending me gifts in this server? Thank you, because you're a handsome devil, and I love you. But no, so it's a lot of work. It's great work. I mean, growing up, my dad always had the idea that as long as you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And if that is the truth, then I'm not working. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and I'm insanely lucky and thankful that I get to do this. And I say thank you to everybody who has made that possible. All the people who go and watch the show, all of our fantastic subscribers who somehow think that we're worth $5 a month. All of the people who have given us games for some reason. I couldn't do it without the support of any of these people, and of course my fantastic co-host, my rock, philanthropy.
Well put. Well said. Mad respect. Okay, yeah. I almost lost my train of thought there. I'll get to Captain
Moved you to
America's
tears. Is what you.
evoking the emotions that David Cage wish he could bring out. Not that I have any hate or disrespect for David Cage as a producer of fine film.
Ooh, I was gonna say I have not a lot of love for that man or his games, but you know, can recognize game.
So for the next question, if you've just been given full control of a television network of your choice, which one is it, and what are you going to do with it?
Oh God, that's a really intense question because there's so many things that go into a television network.
Oh God,
Jesus Christ, there are gifts.
we all
gifts
got
exploding
everything
everywhere.
Just everyone got gifts.
Oh my God, how's this happening? So thank you so much to Vangal in chat. As far as picking a specific one, I don't know if I would pick an existing network just because I have so many issues with the way that that you know traditional TV stations work, and so I'd like to kind of create a new. This is totally a cop out answer. I'd love to create like a new network that doesn't really kind of fall into these stupid ad based rules that we've done around because like what we've seen on Detoy TV is that ads and on Destructor as a whole ads don't really work because I mean if you look at ads each ad whenever someone sees an ad like that one person that one click has given you like 0.03 cents and something tiny and minuscule. So that's why we have things like subscriptions in which if someone chooses to support and give out like $5 a month, you've made the equivalent of like, I don't know, several 100,000 clicks. And so I'd love to be able to bring that kind of idea and method to a bigger audience and see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, putting anyone in that kind of with that kind of question is always tricky. I mean, it's because there's. Oh yeah,
That or just go with HBO or IFC because I could do whatever the hell I wanted. So like IFC had Whitest Kids You Know, which is batshit and I love it. So that one, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. Let's see here. So, Robin Walker is one of the main guys behind TF2. And for this question, Robin Walker is giving away actual working versions of the weapons from TF2. What are you going to grab and why?
Oh, so probably the Metagun, just because. I mean, the rest of the TF2 weapons are all okay. That's a blatant lie. Some of the other TF2 weapons are based off of like things you can get in real life. So my initial gut response is like the sniper's rifle because I love the sniper. It's one of my most played classes and it's fantastic and fun. But I'm like, that's just a hunting rifle, like a generic hunting rifle with a big ass scope. Like I could just build that in real life if I wanted. I'm like, what couldn't I get? And I immediately thought of the Metagun just because if I got sick or I was sick earlier this week, if I got sick, I just got to like point it on myself. If I got to like if someone needed to like not die, boom, done, good. If someone needed help healing, I could be philanthropic, or I could sell time on it and be like, hey, do you want to not die? Well, I've got a gun that will make you not die. So there's options. There's options galore with that.
Awesome. Honestly, I was not expecting that kind of answer. I didn't even think of the Metagun when I was writing the question at all.
Dang. Well, I'm glad that I got to surprise you, and that's what a good interview is all about: surprises and jokes.
So, kind of switching subjects a little bit here. Everyone loves some kind of music. So, what's your cup of tea?
So I have I go through weird phases of music in which I'll listen to nonstop like one kind of music for months. But in doing the show, I hate to bring it back to the show again. You can't play copywritten music on Twitch for more than 30 seconds. And so what I've had to do is I've had to start getting mashups and remixes of things because they fall under fair use and things like that. So I've been listening to a lot of mashups lately. But other than that, I mean, I'll listen to. I've got a deep love in my heart for ska music, for punk music. I've been listening to a lot of Guttermouth lately. It's this punk band that's violent and crotchety, and they yell a lot. But I've also been listening to like synth stuff. Like I love like Grum is one I've been listening to a lot. I've been listening to Hot Chip a fair amount lately. So there's a lot of different stuff in there. I like pretty much everything except for country music. Is the boring white girl version of that response, but
Yeah. Actually, as it stands, my TF2 just kind of crashed, so I'm going to relaunch it real quick. But we only have a couple questions left here anyway. So, speaking of tea, what is your favorite tasty beverage? I'll just keep carrying on here while I try and get back into the game.
I'm actually literally drinking tea right now. I say as I take a sip. It's delicious. My lovely girlfriend made some for me. Ooh. The chat probably knows. But yeah, so no, I used to work at a tea store, which I got fired from about 3 months in. Predominantly in that I was not a peppy young lass, misandry. Oh boy. So I got fired from that. But I love tea. I drink tea every day on the show. I drink tea before the show. I usually have about 3 cups of tea a day. So I like some nasty ass, pitch ass, black ass tea. Like that's my jam.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So in a few years, where do you see yourself?
I mean, the sky's the limit at this point. I love working at Destructoid. I mean, I've done it for years. I did it for years for free. So I love it. And I'd love to keep running Destructoid's Twitch channel. I'd love to keep working in live video and video as a whole. But if for some reason like all video on the internet got banned forever or something like that, I would love to go into working with independent developers, find funding, things like that. There's a guy at Sony called Nick Sutner who his exclusive job is to just sit there and talk to indie devs and say, independent developers, do you want to put your game out on PlayStation? We'll give you this many dollars. And that's a fantastic job. And I would love to do something like that. So failing video, I would love to help the games that I think are important get developed and funded.
Awesome. And to the folks on the server, sorry I crashed, so my last question probably didn't get through to you guys. I do apologize. However, on the upside, we have like 3 minutes left here and only a couple questions. And I just got a new crate, apparently. Okay, whatever.
Nice. Congratulations on the $2 worth of debt.
Yeah, really. So, if you had to participate in the Hunger Games, what snacks would you smuggle in?
So my favorite food I have 2 favorite foods, 3 favorite foods. It's lasagna, pizza, and soup, just in general soup. So I feel like soup would be really hard to smuggle in anywhere unless I had like a gallon Ziploc bag I could like stuff into my crotch or something. But that would be to middling effect. So there's that element to it. So failing that, probably lasagna. I feel like I could hide lasagna on me pretty well.
All right. Let's see here. Actually,
I can just sit here and I can tell a beautiful story of love and redemption, of loss and triumph as a whole. It all started one day as Sonic was running through the garden, and he came across a strange device. He looked at the device, and it was weird. It looked a bit like a TV remote, but it was slightly different. Sonic thought this was strange, and he picked it up and put it into his deep, furry pocket and went to Tails' house. He goes, "Tails, what have you seen anything like this before? And Tails goes, I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is very strange. Let me look at this. And so Tails goes over to one of his many monitors and picks up this strange device that Sonic found. He pressed a large red button that appeared on the face of the device and pointed at the TV. What would you know it? It was a remote. But it was not like any normal kind of remote. It was a strange remote. The TV flickered to life and some fuzz came onto the screen. What's that? What's going on? Sonic said. I don't know, said Tails. Sonic looked at the TV and reached out. But as his hand went to touch the TV, something very strange happening. Instead of Sonic's hand touching the glass and stopping it, it reached right through as if it were an open window. I don't understand. The TV started to pull Sonic towards it. Help! Get me out of here, Tails! I'm trying, Sonic! Tails exclaimed as he tried to pull Sonic back. Oh no! They fell into the TV. Down and down they fell until eventually they hit the bottom. They slammed their head on what was a large yellow floor, and a strange bear thing came out and greeted them. Hi guys, I'm Teddy. Where are we? Sonic asked. I don't know, but this is my home. I can barely stand it here. The creature named Teddy looked over. But you guys don't look so well. You need to come into my house before the shadows come. Unfortunately, Sonic and Tails were a bit too much for Teddy to carry. They weighed him down as the shadows came out. Oh no, the shadows are coming. We've got to leave. Teddy quickly tried to hasten. Sonic said, we'll be fine. Well, where's your house? It's over the hill, Teddy said. It's just over there, by the other stack of TVs. All right, you go on ahead and we'll get over there, Sonic said. We're pretty quick. Sonic and Tails watched as Teddy walked off and began to carry each other toward the house where Teddy lived. But the shadows were there between them. What are we going to do? Tails said. I don't know what's going on. Sonic looked at Tails. It'll be all right, buddy, and gave him a big hug. And I'm not going to keep going with that because that's when it gets erotic. But there you go. That was chapter 1 of my new Sonic and Persona 4 fan fiction.
Most excellent. And Captain America...
And my English teachers didn't want to pass me.
So Captain America had a question. And also, I'm going to load up a different map here in a little bit after you answer this question, just to show you something that a lot of people on the server love. It's a map that's near and dear to many people's hearts, and is probably one of the most batshit crazy things I've ever played in TF2. But of course, first, the question. Captain America, again, had another question. He asked, Spencer, why do you hate movies?
Captain America asks, this is a longtime fan of Dito TV. I have notoriously seen maybe 50 movies in my life, like a ludicrously small amount. But I've realized I don't really like movies that much as like a medium. I think that an hour and a half is not a particularly long time to tell a story and to have sufficient character growth. I mean, you can get things that work in there, but I really love long-form content. I mean, this is probably because I've done an English degree, like I've done all that garbage, and I've worked studying and appreciating traditional art, traditional media, and things like that. And so I think that my problem with movies kind of comes from the idea that a movie is much like a short story, whereas like a TV show is like a serialized story, and you can get some movies are almost to the realm of novels, but they're just not really long enough for me to feel that they can accurately convey the kind of story on the scope that I'd appreciate. And so that's my weird and kind of pretentious bullshitty answer.
All right. I have actually some more questions from Destructoid itself. They're posting in my chat.
Where is that place?
So first off, though, I'm actually going to load up to Trainsaw Laser here, and we're going to give that a spin. And I will say this much about it before we load it up. When it gets to 100 kills, something special happens.
I can't wait. Also, I've spilled tea on myself, so that's delightful.
Oh, that sucks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch maps. It might take a second for you to download everything. This is kind of an off-the-cuff deal. But, yeah, let's head to Trainsaw Laser.
Well, we can still talk while it downloads and loads stuff, so we can still do some, nonsense malarkey here.
Oh, of course.
I say as I'm about to die. But how have you been, is the real question. Are you well? Have you been eating enough?
I'm trying to. Right now, like, school's wrapping up towards finals here for the semester, so things are a little chaotic.
I understand that. You
Yeah.
just got to keep going, and then just don't do your finals, and you can stay in school forever like me.
Yeah, that's. There was a couple of times where and I hate to admit it, where I was just like, well, I'm going to write this 20-page paper that's due tomorrow, the night of, and I gotta be in the class. It was fine enough-ish.
I know, I get that. I'm a big proponent of how can I get to 70%. Unfortunately, is why I have been in school for 5-ish years. But yeah, no, 70% that's the bar where you go. You hit 70, and then you just stop doing work. It's like, all right, I'll see you guys in the summer.
Degrees.
Or in my case, D's get degrees.
That's true too.
I am so close. Oh. But yes, we've got all kinds of stuff in here. I'm actually particularly pleased with that off-the-cuff Sonic and Persona 4 slash fiction I did, and then I realized I probably shouldn't go too erotic on stream.
We've read. Let's see here. We've read My Immortal. We've read.
I actually, I back when I was running TF2, I was one of the people who was there for that. I actually started off that trend of reading fan fiction aloud on server. So I ruined things, and for that I apologize.
Well, I carried on that tradition, and
thank God.
I carried on that tradition. Sometimes it was interesting.
So why don't you just tell the homies real quick? What is Team Fortress 2 Tuesdays, and how can people get in on this malarkey and between two forts? Like what is happening?
Yeah. Okay. So to just start off in general, Team Fortress Tuesdays is a big gathering of people from around the community, around wherever. If you're not part of Destructoid, it's whatever. You can join us. Hop on TF2. It's free to play. It'll run on pretty much anything. Like, I'm certain you can run it on a potato if you really want to. You can just hop on the Destructoid server. They usually have a post every Tuesday, and there's announcements on the Steam group online with the Destructoid Steam group. Server information is always posted there, so you can get the IP address and come in, hop on, have a good time with us. We always playing usually Tuesdays and Fridays. We try to do different stuff every once in a while. And this is actually one of those things that I wanted to do kind of like a little different. I wanted to call it Between Two Fort, where I get a guest on, and we have an interview set on the bridge at 2-4. It ended up not really being on the bridge, but with everyone trying to kill us, it just ended up being a ball full of chaos, which I absolutely loved and adored. I was absolutely thrilled with how the match went.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. At first I was like, how am I going to be able to focus on playing and interviewing at the same time? But it's a doozy. Also, man, this train solid laser map is taking a day and a half to download. I'm sorry. My internet's kind of hot garbage, but what are you going to do about
that? Once you're in, you're in. And the FTP should be working for you. Otherwise, you're downloaded from the server itself. So, I mean, when you get in, and you'll enjoy this map thoroughly.
It shouldn't be too much longer. There it went. It went from 0 to 100 in like half a second. So there we go.
Unfortunately, I have to keep my game volume down, so the folks at home are not going to get to hear what happens on this map. I'm terribly sorry. You're going to get to see the experience, but you're not going to get to hear it from me. I do apologize, but that's
sacrifices of the train god. Oh boy. So I am in a strange kind of
when that number hits 100, all sorts of fun starts happening, and
I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. So as the points get captured, as of course you're going to see around the map, there's all sorts of trains, saws, lasers, and combinations therein. There's, as you'll probably hear if your game volume's up, there's Train God, the mighty Train God, the ever mighty Train God, greater than even Spaghetti Monster.
Dang.
Yes. Truly a gentleman and a scholar, dropping trains from the sky. Oh, yes. How could I almost forget questions from the Destructoid channel itself? Starting off with, why is Spencer such a busta?
As soon as you said from the Destructoid channel, I literally went, was going to be, why is Spencer going to be such a busta? Like, I sat there and I'm like, I know where this is going. Because undoubtedly that is Phil running that account. You know how he do. Although we also share it with Bill Zucker sometimes. Naturally. Why am I such a busta? Why don't you eat it, Phil? Why don't you eat it like the butthole that you are? Pew, pew, pew. Shots fired.
Also, I'm giving quick instructions here to say let blue cap so we can easily. Oh, all right, yeah, we cap. We're good. Let's see here. His second question is, how many chest shots does it take to kill a... And I gotta scroll over here. Grilkovich Soldier in the Tanker chapter of Metal Gear Solid 2 on normal difficulty. And
He asked, how long does it take?
how many chest shots does it take?
Chest shots should be 3.
All right.
Which means if I'm wrong, he's going to come in this room and just, smack me in my head. Train gods!
Yep. Oh, 2 kills away. Oh, man. We're going to be in for a treat in a couple of kills here. So,
Yeah, make sure I stay alive then.
It'll keep going even if you die. And I hope you have the action. Did you play during the last Halloween event? Where they had spell books?
Oh, Christ. I actually did not. I didn't get to, which is a fantastic bummer, because I love the events that they have for this. Oh, God.
Well, you're going to get to play the... Oh, God, I just died. You're going to get to play with the spells now. On top of that... yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Phil.
Christ, it's raining trains!
Yep. Oh, God, the big train. Oh, God, not the big train.
Oh,
not
God.
Not the big train. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well,
This is the best map of all time.
yep. I absolutely love this map. Another question from Phil is, if you had gills, what kind of animal would you be? Oh, and there's a final question too, but we'll get to that in a second here from
If
Star
I
Trek
had
Channel.
gills, I'd be a beautiful merman, and I would wear all the shell bras, and it would be great. Even if I didn't need a shell bra, I'd still wear one anyway.
So the last question is butts with an S or butts with a Z?
Oh, isn't that the question? They just got their skeletons everywhere. I'm gonna go with butts with an S, but my side chick is butts with a Z. So I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too.
You gotta respect that. Definitely. But yeah, as it stands, I mean, we're no longer even on 2 Fort at this point, so I'd say that we've more than accomplished our goal here. We had all the questions have been answered. I'd say almost everyone is happy. Oh, I'm sorry, I do have a final question. Spencer, are you getting paid to be a Destructoid person? This was asked by Wiki, I want to say his name is. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it correct, man. I seriously apologize. But yeah.
They asked if I'm getting paid by Destructoid.
Yes.
Yeah, I am lucky enough. Destructoid is the largest independent site, so we don't have a lot of money. So by and large, people don't get to get paid by the site. But I'm lucky enough that I am in a position where I get to. And so that's not. It's something I'm lucky to have, I guess, taken a part in. I spent 2.5 years as free labor. But I like it. I love it. It's how I can afford to do shows, 4 days a week. And yeah, thank you to all the people who support that, all the people who watch the show, and everybody I mentioned before.
But yeah, basically, I'd say we've covered a broad range of topics here today. We've really done a lot. We've fought off the hordes of mercenaries at 2 Fort. We've talked about Metal Gear. We've talked about all sorts of various things.
We've laughed. We've cried. I wrote some strangely erotic fiction. It's been a hell of a time.
Yeah, I would say we've done well. The goal is to set out and do something that's kind of crazy, kind of out there, and I'd say we've definitely accomplished that. And I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on and to answer my silly questions and serious questions, as well as help contribute to the sacrifices of the one true train god.
No, thank you so much for having me on. This has been an absolute blast. I'm really excited to see what you end up doing with the series as a whole. So everybody who's watching this, everybody who is listening, everybody who's seeing archived versions of this, check it out. This is every Tuesday on Destructoid's Twitch server. So you guys should come and support shows like this.
And as far as where it's going to be on YouTube, probably a channel called Destructoid Community Theater. It's run by the other admin, Vita, great guy. He does a lot of stuff. There's some other stuff from our previous TF Tuesdays on there already. It's all community stuff. It's all people from the community coming together. Just we're playing the game, getting together, and doing stuff kind of like this. So if you want to see more of our antics, if you want to join us, feel free to, of course, join the Steam group join the Destructoid group on Steam. Check out the posts on the front page. Check out the posts in the C blogs. Hang out with people in the Destructoid community. Whatever you want to do. If you want to join us, feel free to. And with that, I would like to say thank you for everyone who's watched. Thank you again, Spencer. Thank you to everyone who's helped make this possible. Thanks to, Swishy for paying for the server and keeping it up and running.
A handsome man he is.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And go watch Detoid TV so I don't get fired.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely check out the TV channel or Detoid TV channel, the live streams with Phil and Spencer. They're wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people who are absolutely entertaining. A true inspiration. And
No, I just don't want to get. I don't care if people watch. We just need the views so that Hamza doesn't throw me into his sweet goat hole. So just leave it idling. It's fine. I just don't want to get murdered by goat demons.
And I suppose with that, I will see everyone next time on Between Two Fort. And our next guest, I have no idea. Honestly, we'll figure that out when we get to it. But